Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Purplatypus is the name, and welcome to another sort of Convallaria video. Today we are talking about the new event, Traders from the Desert. That's right. There's a bunch of traders out there, and we're going to get them. Everything has a price. So first thing you're going to notice is from a production value standpoint, this seems like a downgrade from the last event. I can't deny that. If you look at this is basically the entire event page, right? You click on the event, you come here, you click on it, and then this is the screen. This is the whole thing, right? So it's definitely a visual downgrade compared to the last one where it was like this big bong, and then you had like the whole talent, tactics upgrading system. You had a whole map where you go and you kind of go through the stuff. So visually, production value wise, this one's taken a step back. However, I actually like this event more than the last one for a key reason. And we'll talk about that in just 1 second here. So same exact structure, but it's going to be just in different tabs, and it's visually looking different. But right, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, all the way through Act 8. So you're just going to go through. These are going to be the story chapters. You're going to do the fights. You're going to do it, and you're going to do it. But once you get to level 3, you can see here you get the free assist. So you are going to build these ones. You have no choice, right? Use their units. But then on these forward, you could use your own unit. So that's going to be pretty easy for a lot of people to blow through this really quick. However, I bet the assist is going to be a little more challenging, and there's probably going to be quests specifically for like, oh, do it in free mode, do it in assist mode. Yeah. So there you go. You'll get a bunch of the currency for doing that. And this doesn't take, it does take energy. All right, I'm a liar, but same structure as before. And then again, similar structure, if not identical. We have the 8 stages. You get some stars, you do the thing, you sweep it. It's going to say, hey, use the recommended characters, which are going to be the 2 most recently released characters, which in this case is Akambi and Kokoa. So there we go. 50% drop bonus, 20% for these other ones, right? So it's going to be, no matter what, if you have both of these, you could use 4 golds. For the most part, it's not too difficult to get. It's almost impossible to get the max drop bonus unless you have both of these. You literally can't. But to get a good bonus, a good multiplier is still going to be pretty easy. You're going to go through, get your currency, get your stuff, and going on. So this is all the same. If anything, maybe a little bit worse, depending on how you look at it. I actually I prefer it all being in a menu. I still am frustrated by how time gated these things are. But whatever. What is different though is the shop. And I think this is a huge improvement. It's debatable. I think you could easily say that this is a downgrade. However, I personally really like it. So if you go to the exchange, there is no longer a shop where you buy stuff. You don't get a currency and then spend that currency in the shop to buy the things that you want. You are going to collect currency, and as you hit currency thresholds, you are just going to get the reward. So you start, the very first one's at 1,000, which I already got here, boom, and the very last one is at 50,000. So you're going to get all these rewards automatically just by getting the currency, which I personally like because I just didn't like going to the shop, picking things, farming stuff. I just kind of like that I could decide if I have everything up to 27,000. Do I want to keep going? 27,000. I'll just be able to come and look at my daily things. Like, you know what? Yeah, I do want this one. I do want to keep going. So let's keep pushing. So what are you actually getting here? I highlighted the important things, which are not I didn't highlight the resources. I didn't want to add them all up. But the important things is we are getting 5 summons. So we're actually getting 2 more than last event, 1 more than the first event, which is good. I'm happy. I still wish it was a multi, but that's never going to happen, apparently. You get 2 legendary weapons. You get 2 legendary trinkets, and then you get a random legendary, this one right here, a piece of gear, so it could be a weapon or a trinket. Now, noticeably missing, you're going to see here, is the Castalia. I think it's called Castalia Callista, something like that, the blue gem. The blue gem is gone. It's not here still. I think that's kind of a major bummer. They only had one of the first event. I think they should be in every single event. They are super, super important. They are actually vital for a lot of players to have like 1 or 2 of them a month. You should guarantee that we're getting at least 2 of them a month for sure. And I honestly think closer to 5 a month is probably where most players would want to be, but that might be a bit much, I suppose, if you have to monetize that aspect of the game, but I guess you do. So here we are. So I actually really like the shop because it just lets me get all the resources, right? Normally I wouldn't go and farm a stage to get epic radiant stone ore anymore, but I do want to get this. So just by playing it, I'm passively going to get the lower rarity stuff that I am starting to run low on, but don't want to spend energy to get, while I could still target farm the things that I really want. Also worth noting, 50,000 is a lot, right? That is a lot. But if you look at these last few stages, yes, these are good, but I don't think these are essential. Although I won't lie, once you're here, to get 100,000 experience is like boop, a little bump up. These two aren't worth it, but this one is. This one isn't really worth it, but these two are. So it's probably worth it to go all the way up to the top. But if you, as long as you make sure you get to 37,600, you're going to get all of the major rewards. And then that's where you get your legendary trinket, which are more rare than weapons. I don't know why, but they are more rare. Like, because there's a weapon trial, but there's not a trinket trial, right? They should add a trinket trial because that would be really fun and get us more legendary gear, twice as much essentially. But after that, you don't really need to get this stuff. However, I still like it. So I want to know what you think about this event, and why does my hair keep going on my mouth? I want to know what you think about this event. I bet it's because my beard is gone. I bet it's because my beard was blocking my hair. That's interesting. I didn't think about that. Uh-oh, consequences. So what do you think about this event overall? Is it better or worse? I think it definitely looks like a visual step down. I personally like the exchange more. But you know, I would say the rewards overall are, if I'm comparing it to the last event, I'd say it's just as good. Even if it's like lower numbers, I actually am happy with just the structure as opposed to the shop, because when there's a shop, you feel the urge to buy out everything. And I don't feel that urge here. I feel like I can get to a spot, like I can get here and then just stop and never come back to the event and not have to think, did I get everything I wanted? Did I get everything I wanted? I can make that decision easily. Because it's not like, well, maybe I should go back and get that. And so I like the structure of the shop personally, but yeah, the stages are fine. It's all going to be the same. It really, like, what's the fun value of it? I did the first act. The first act was fun. I didn't go through and do all of them because this is a media account. I don't want to spend a bunch of time doing stages and then replay them all for you guys on stream. So I kind of like the surprise of it. But I mean, as long as the stages are fun, I feel like that's a quick side note. All right, at the end of this video, if you want to listen to, or you don't want to, people get, when an event comes out in a gacha game, people only talk about the rewards. Like, and that is an important aspect in a free-to-play money sinkhole of a game. It's important to have good rewards. I understand. But like, no one ever talks about if the stages are actually fun or not, right? Like, it's always like a meta resource analysis. And I think that's important in a game like this, but like, it's probably more important that it's just fun, you know? And I feel like no one ever talks about if they're having fun with stuff. Everyone talks about the power level of stuff, the rewards of stuff, the resources and stuff. No one ever talks about how fun is certain stages. And I know fun is subjective, but like, if this was click a button, get all these rewards, people would like it more, probably. Whereas I actually kind of prefer, like, you do these stages, you have some fun, you know? I mean, they're cool little stories with cool puzzle like things. They're putting in effort into these stages, and I'm just happy that I think that they're fun as well. I don't know, maybe I'm talking to myself here, but that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye. Platypus.